In the shadowed depths of forgotten forests, on lonely hilltops, where the wind howls like a spirit, stand the ancient temples of the Yoginis. They are not like the grand temples of Shiva or Vishnu, where bells ring and pilgrims chant in praise. These sanctuaries were different, circular, roofless, open to the sky, as if built not for man to look at heaven, but for heaven and something far darker to look down at man. Step into one, and you find yourself in a stone circle. 64 niches carved around the wall, each holding a yogini, a goddess, a witch, a sorceress. Some beautiful and graceful, their faces calm, almost inviting. Others hideous and terrifying, with fangs, with claws, their stone eyes staring straight into your soul. And in the center of this circle, a shrine, to Kali, to Durga, or to Bhairava, the terrible form of Shiva. Long ago, these temples were alive. Here, rituals of Tantra were performed in the open air, offerings of wine and blood, chants whispered under the stars, dances that blurred the line between devotion and madness. Men and women did not come here for blessings of wealth or peace. They came seeking cities, supernatural powers, to heal, to curse, to fly through the night skies, to bend reality itself. The Yoginis were said to grant these boons, but never freely. Their worship was dangerous. A single mistaken mantra, a single misstep in ritual, and the Yoginis would not forgive. They would claim the seeker's very soul. That is why ordinary people never prayed to them. They prayed to Lakshmi for wealth, to Saraswati for wisdom, to Shiva for liberation, but never to the Yoginis, never. And yet their story lived on, for they were born from legend itself. It is said that long ago, when the blood-drenched demon Raktabija threatened to drown the world in endless armies of himself, the fierce goddess Durga summoned her 64 shadow selves, the Yoginis, each one a fragment of her, yet each a universe of power. They fought with fury, their forms shifting from blazing women to beasts of nightmare. They sang mantras that cracked the sky. They danced a dance of destruction and creation together. And they drank Raktabija's blood until the earth itself turned red. But the battle came at a cost. Their power was too great, too wild, too untamed. It threatened to tear the very fabric of reality. And so, when the battle ended, the Yoginis were bound, not killed, not destroyed, but trapped in stone, frozen in their temples, their eyes hollow and empty by day, their power chained, waiting. Yet chains, even of stone, cannot hold them forever. It is whispered that when the midnight bell tolls, the air grows thin, the line between worlds fades, and the Yoginis step down once more. Their stone eyes blaze with fire, their laughter echoes through the halls, and they hunt for souls. One such soul was a man named Vira, a Varaslo, ambitious, restless, hungry for the power that others feared to touch. For years, he searched forbidden texts. He traveled from village to village, seeking whispers from exiled sages and broken priests. Piece by piece, he uncovered the secrets of the 64 Yoginis, and he dreamed of mastering them. On a night when the moon was gone, when the stars hid behind storm clouds, Vira set out, his body cloaked in robes woven with poisonous plants, his hands marked with ash. He followed a forgotten path through the forest until the shadows themselves seemed to guide him. At last, he reached the temple, silent, circular, roofless. The wind carried the faint scent of old incense, mixed with something sharp like rust and blood. Inside, the walls seemed alive. Carved figures watched him with stone eyes. Strange symbols pulsed faintly on the rock, as though the temple itself breathed. Vira drew a circle upon the cold floor, blood mixed with ash. He began to chant, softly at first, then louder, invoking the Yoginis. The air grew heavy. The silence thickened, as if the forest itself was holding its breath. Then, the stone cracked, shadows leaked from the statues. Their hollow eyes blazed with fire. One by one, the Yoginis stepped down from their pedestals. Their song began, a sound dark and strange, like smoke winding through the air, wrapping around his heart. Vira's hands trembled, but he pressed on. He had dreamed of this. He had prepared. And yet, when their laughter rang out, sharp as breaking glass, fear wormed into his soul. They circled him. Their fingers traced invisible signs in the air, symbols that glowed and burned. The power thickened, so heavy he could barely think, barely breathe. Reality bent, dreams and waking blurred. His body weakened, his strength drained away. And then they touched him. Cold fire spread through his veins. He screamed, but the sound was swallowed by silence. Vira was gone. Not a trace remained, save the echo of his fall upon the stones, and the scent of incense mixed with something darker. Since that night, the villagers say the temple is alive, that the Yoginis hunger still, that Vira's soul dances with them forever in shadows, a warning to all who would dare follow his path. Even now, the temples remain. At Hirapur in Odisha, a perfect circle still holds 64 haunting figures. At Bhedaghat, ruins overlook the river Narmada. At Ranipur Jarial, at Mitauli, where whispers say the very design of India's Parliament House was born. Tourists come, historians study, but the villagers keep their distance. They do not pray. They do not linger. At most, they leave a flower, a stick of incense, and then retreat before night falls. Because the legend still breathes, the Yoginis still wait, and their truth is simple. They do not bless. They bargain. They do not protect. They consume. And once you dance with them, your soul is theirs.
Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for such forgotten stories. The devil isn't far from you. All you have to do is silence the noises of your head and listen carefully. There is a voice in that complete silence, the one which makes your blood run cold.